What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another FPL video. Today we're going to be discussing the best captaincy choice for game week 34 in the FPL season 2020-2021. My name is Mo and this is my channel, FPL INKLING. Welcome. If this is your first time, welcome to my channel. If you've come back again, thank you so much for visiting again to this channel. Today we're going to go through the best captain choices in my opinion for this game week. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, allow me to grow further, help me get to the 500 mark. We're growing day by day and you're helping me get to that mark to win that PS5 by the end of the season. So please subscribe, hit the notification icon to get the latest notification for my releases. So before we begin today, first of all, the captaincy choice for last week for myself was an absolute disaster. Bruno Fernandes, 6 points, so 3 points, which was doubled up. So didn't go to plan. But no regrets because I did get a good game week score. So first of all, I want to say to you guys that if you guys are looking out for where my knee-jerk reaction stream was for this week, I do apologise. Due to Ramadan and a few personal issues, I wasn't able to make it. But not to worry, I'm back and I will be making the remaining videos for this game week. So how did everyone get on? I hope everyone did well. So I managed to get 48 points for this game week. I know the average was around 36, so I didn't do too bad considering my captaincy didn't come off. And goddamn Iheanacho, absolutely, it was a phenomenal performance by him. But the amount of people in my league and the league itself that had him in, it just changed the whole game week for everyone, But let's go through what my options are for this game week. Start from number one and I'll go downwards itself. So number one for me, it's going to be Harry Kane. Now, the reason for Harry Kane is, firstly, the fixture. I think the fixture is very friendly for Spurs itself. They will want to rivet a performance to really kind of solidify how good Spurs are generally as a team. There's no doubt in the ability of the squad that they have, the strength they have. It just hasn't been their season. But Sheffield United, they are the worst team in the league. Probably going to concede a lot. Tottenham are at home. They want to make a point. They're not going to play midweek in the Champions League or the Europa League, so they're going to be pretty fresh after a week, basically 6-7 day rest. So Harry Kane for me is a no-brainer, owned by around 45% of managers. His price is 11.8 mil. He's got 218 points, the highest scoring striker in the league this season. He's got a mammoth 21 goals and 13 assists. I think the way he's going, he's easily going to cross 25 goals this season. Who knows, he could get maybe more, but his 13 assists has been absolutely mammoth. I mean, his previous highest assist was 7 in a season. He's got 13 already with 4 games to go, so there's no reason why he can't add to that tally. So if we had to make a breakdown of his last 5 games, now I know he didn't feature against Southampton, but let me go through some of his stats that he does have. So in the last 5 game weeks, he's got 5 goals with no assists, so he's got a total of 5 returns for himself, and he got 36 points with 2 double-digit game week returns with 13 points and 12 points against Everton and Newcastle, respectively. What he actually brings to your team, I mean, if he is in your team, you'll feel very comfortable. Whether he's your captain or not, you know that Kane is going to play week in, week out. Of course, if he's not injured, he's really going to give you an attacking threat. He kind of gives you a comparative advantage in the sense that, if he scores, your ranking will kind of go up, but it will also go up along with the other managers as well. However, if you don't have him in your team and he goes big, like he tends to do with the double game week calls, then it will affect you overall. So for me, Harry Kane's a no-brainer. Yes, there are a few more players that are in better form. I will discuss that with you, but for me, this week, my captain is going to be Harry Kane. So number 2, I'm choosing Son. So again, the major reason for me is the difficulty of the fixture itself. Again, Sheffield United, if you see it from my perspective, they're going to be shipping goals. And Son, been quiet for a few weeks, hasn't really had that kind of dramatic performance. Had a quiet final in the Carabao Cup as well. So I think, he's due a big haul. And I think playing with Kane once again will really solidify and help him as well. So I think Son is going to be a good choice as well. He's got high ownership, so he's about 45% of managers that own him. £9.5 million for price. He's got 199 points this season. So let's go through a few stats for the last 5 game weeks he's played. He's got 2 goals, so he's got 2 returns with 20 points. Yes, it hasn't been clinical, but he got 10 points in his last Premier League outing, and he was the man of the match with a goal as well. So for me, He's coming into form at the right time. He had not a bad game against Man City because overall Man City kind of dominated Spurs. But for me, he's slowly showing signs of coming back to his best. And I think this is one of those games that if Spurs get an early goal, it's going to be. I think it's going to be like a Mourinho where they park the bus and that's it. They're going to leave you at 1-0. I really do believe that Spurs are going to go for it and they might get a couple of goals, maybe 3 or 4. And I think in the mix of it, you've got Harry Kane and Son. With their combination, they're deadly, the most lethal combination this season itself. So these two are automatically my first two choices for captaincy. So for this week, my first captain choice is going to be Harry Kane, who's going to be my captain, and my vice captain will be Son, who is in my team. At number 3, I have finally chosen him because I don't have him in my team. It's going to be Iheanacho. Now I know a lot of you might be screaming at the screen, going, "What is this? What is he saying? What is he doing? Why is Iheanacho not being mentioned?" And here he is, guys. So owned by around 22.6% of managers, 6.2 mil in price. He's got 88 points this season. And let's go through his last 5 games. So I want to give you a stat. In the last 14 games he's featured in all competitions, he's got 14 goals. Now that is an amazing achievement. So he's in really good form at the moment. But in the last 5 games, he's got 7 goals, 1 assist, which is 8 returns in 5 game weeks, and he's got a mammoth 50 points, which is the highest over the last 5 game weeks for any player in the FPL game. You can see, where he has gone big. He's got 3 double-digit returns, so 17, 13, and 12. So he's playing really, really well. And in terms of his fixture for this week, he's got Southampton away, which is the first fixture for this game week, which is going to be Friday night on the 30th of April. So I know his ownership is going up. They've got a really good team to play, and they got followed by Newcastle. So Iheanacho for me is going to be a good shout, and the way he scored that goal and set up that goal midweek, it was phenomenal. So there's a reason for him to be selected. There's a reason why you should think of picking him in your team, and he's probably one of the most informed players in the league itself. Now, why I haven't got him in my squad, I have a lot of faith in Watkins and Bamford because they haven't let me down, but also gives me a bit more balance to the squad. And in terms of Ollie Watkins, he's got that extra game week, which will be a double game week for Villa against Everton. And Bamford, I'd rather have him in my squad than don't, because if Bamford's in my squad and doesn't score, it won't hurt me as much. But if he's not and he does get a good game week haul, which for me their fixtures will swing, it's going to have a bit more of an impact on me and my ranking position. However, I mean, there's also my own personal perspective that the fixture swing for Leeds will change from this week onwards, whereas they got Newcastle next for Leicester, and then after that they got the 3 tough fixtures. So that's my thinking behind it. I could be wrong. You can still continue banging in the goals, but that's just my opinion. Now, the next choice for my captaincy is Christian Pulisic. Pulisic has been in some really good form. He had a really good goal he scored against Real Madrid in the midweek against Madrid in the Champions League. And I think he's in really good form, and he is someone that Tuchel is trusting at the moment. So his fixture this week is against Fulham at home, which I think should be a really decent fixture for Chelsea themselves after their amazing performance against Madrid, taking 1-1 as a score. And in the last 5 game weeks, he's taken 3 goals with no assists. So that's 3 returns, and his return in 4 points for the last 5 game weeks is 30, where he's averaging 6 points a game. And he had a double game week haul against Crystal Palace with 15 points. Now, for me, he's in good form. Tuchel believes in him. He's got a really good fixture, and I think with Chelsea's front line, there's a lot of risk of rotation. But I think with the form that he's showing, he's someone who's really reliable, and I expect him to do good. The only risk with him is there may be a risk of rotation. That's only due to the fact that they've got Madrid a few days later, midweek again for the second leg. But if he does play, he's got low ownership. If you captain him and he gets your return, that will help your ranking big time. So this is a really good differential, which I thought I would share with you guys. And then obviously at number 5, based on the fixtures, I'm picking Patrick Bamford. Now they got Brighton and Hove Albion that they're playing. He's owned by around 43.6% of managers, 165 points. He's worth £6.5 million. Now, in terms of his last 5 game weeks, how he's done, he's got 1 goal, 2 assists with 3 returns, and he's got 20 points. Now, I know that's not great by his standards. He's only got 1 double game week haul against Fulham. But the thing about Bamford is he's always there or thereabouts for Leeds. He puts a really good shift in terms of setting up a goal, in terms of assists. That's why he's got already 10 assists this season as a striker. And then 14 goals he scored himself as well. And if you look at some of the fixtures that Leeds have now coming up, look at this. This is why I'm favouring Bamford over Iheanacho. It's just after the Tottenham game, it looks a nice, smooth run for him. So it's just a bit of patience. I believe he will come good. I believe he does have a good game week within him. Obviously, he wants to put his stake forward to Gareth Southgate for him going forward for the Euros. In regards to that, I mean, it's personal choice. I mean, that's the way I see it. Iheanacho can continue to score, and I can continue to, scratch my head thinking what is going on. But I generally do believe Bamford will come good in one of the weeks or those games that are coming along in the last 4 game weeks of the season. So for me, Bamford is my choice. He would be my 5th choice of captain, for example, if I didn't have anyone else that I would choose from my team, or the players that I've just mentioned. So that was my choice of the captaincy for game week 34. What are your thoughts, guys, by the way? What are your thought processes? Are you thinking along the same lines of me? Is there a player that you've kind of like looked at or you want to captive this week? Put that in the comments section. Like the video if you liked this today. Subscribe to the channel and be part of this FPL community. Also, if you want to be part of the most difficult and the best league on the FPL game itself, please enter the code in, which is on the bottom left of the screen. Join the league and be part of an amazing league where you can actually participate in, the FPL INKLING League and be part of a competitive league in itself. If you want to contact me, guys, like the questions you guys send through to me, thank you very much for the questions. You've got YouTube here where you guys can leave me comments, my Twitter page where people also drop me messages, and my Instagram, which is kind of like the most popular in terms of people getting in contact with me. So do please follow me on Instagram and the other social media that I'm on in terms of Twitter as well. Subscribe to this channel. Let me know how I've done, and also let me know how you guys get on this week. If there's anything that I haven't gone through or any player that I haven't discussed, drop it in the comments section and I will go through in detail and let you know what my thoughts are for that player. Best luck with this game week, guys. Please remember the deadline is this Friday. It's at 8 o'clock is the first fixture, so 6:30 p.m. on this Friday. 30th of April will be your deadline for your submission of Game Week 34 team for yourself. So make sure you guys make those transfers quickly, select your captains as quick as possible, and be ready before the deadline itself. Best of luck, and I'll see you guys next week.